our senior boar class, I'm going to go ahead and start with entry number 8. This boar is one that's really deep-sided, big-boned, level-topped, and has width over that top. I really appreciate him for his even testicle size, his breed characteristics, and his overall athleticism. From there, I'm going to go to entry number 10. Here is one that's really athletic on the move, wide from the base, from front to rear, really level over the top, carries a tremendous amount of muscle expression and shape, especially out through his hams and his ham-loin junction, one that carries a tremendous amount of breed characteristic. From there, I'm going to go with a similar type and kind to the number 11 boar. He's very similar in his athleticism and his overall ability to move around the screen. One that has a lot of shape and dimension over that top and out through his ham, and has a nice even testicle size for me. I'm going to round out the class with the number 9 boar. The number 9 boar is one that just needs a little bit more growth and time on feed to be moved up in the class, but one that I do appreciate for his overall shape and dimension throughout. Here in heat 2 of our senior boars, I'm going to go ahead and start out with entry number 13, this orange colored hog. I really appreciate this boar for his overall shape and dimension over his top. He's one of the levelest boars I've seen today, and one that's really level over that top, has a tremendous amount of expression and shape over that top, especially out in his chine and out through his rump. One that's really athletic and driven on a big set of feet and legs and big bone, and one that I appreciate for his breed characteristics. From there, I'm going to go to entry number 14 to a smaller framed yet frailer made, the spotted hog. One that just needs a little bit more shape over that top compared to the number 13 hog, but one that I do appreciate for his even testicle size, his size of testicle, and his overall masculinity as he continues. From there, I'm going to go to entry number 12. Number 12, this boar is a really great entry, one that I believe is going to make some good barrows. One that I appreciate him for his overall shape and size, and his overall athleticism, his masculinity up through his front 1/3. But for me today, just lacks the overall expression and muscle shape and dimension in that ham-loin junction ham area. But 3 really great entries in heat 2. Here in heat 3 of our senior boar division, I'm going to go ahead and start with entry number 15, this white and black appearing boar, one that I do appreciate for his athleticism when with the body. This is probably the biggest bone boar of the heat, and one that I really appreciate for that. I appreciate the masculinity in the front 1/3 as he carries that all the way to his testicle size and shape in his rear. One that has a lot of shape and expression over the top, is a deep-sided wide boar walking on a great set of feet and legs. From there, I'm going to go to entry number 17 to the orange and white belted hog. For me today, follows nicely to that number 15 hog, one that has a lot of shape and expression over his top, walks on a great set of feet and legs, and one that just is overall bone. I do think that to be moved up, he needs to be a little stronger in his pasterns. From there, I'm going to go to entry number 16 to the black and white spotted hog, one for me today that just lacks the overall shape compared to the 2 boars ahead of him, but a really nice athletic boar to finish out the class. Here in heat 4 of our senior boar class, I'm going to go ahead and start with entry number 20. This really short-bodied, wide-framed boar with some really great bone size and scale and dimension. One that's really muscular and masculine over the top, has a lot of shape and dimension, and a nice even testicle size. From there, I'm going to go to entry number 18 to the black and white spotted hog, one that's just a little frailer made, but has a lot of masculinity in his front 1/3, has a lot of muscle shape and dimension, and carries a nice deep set body with a lot of spring and rib. One that walks on a decent set of bone and feet and legs. From there, I'm going to go to entry number 19. This boar just doesn't have the overall masculinity compared to the other 2 above him, but a really nice entry to round out our class. Here today for our champion senior boar, I'm going to go ahead and use entry number 8, the orange and white belted hog. For me today, that's a hog that's very wide at the ground, has a nice set of feet and legs, really heavy bone, has a lot of muscle shape and expression over his top, is a deep-sided, big-ribbed hog that has a lot of masculinity up in his front 1/3. I appreciate him for his testicle size and shape, and one that just has the overall breed characteristics and package put together. From there, I'm going to go to entry number 15 to the black and white hog. This hog follows nicely to our champion and will sit reserve. For me today, he has the overall shape and size and scale, ones that's really growthy, and I appreciate him for his overall testicle size and shape, as well as his athleticism and masculinity to go reserve.